Okay, hey everyone, it's Wally Dellenbach, and this video is about maintenance of your acrylic drum shells. And I've got these shells. These shells are Ludwig reissues, and these are made by Golden Times. So this is like one of the first generation, I guess, if you will, of shells introduced by Ludwig out of Monroe, North Carolina. And like I said, these are American-made shells. And there seems to be, let's kind of first digress a little bit. There seems to be some controversy over Ludwig Vistalites and as far as where their shells come from. Do they come from China or are they made in America? Okay, so I will tell you what I know. Okay, so first generation, when Ludwig reintroduced Vistalites back into the market in early 2000. A company called Golden Times was making their shells, okay, and it was just basically from what I understand, their basic colors, you know, amber, blue, yellow, okay, and so forth. Now, the owner of Golden Times passed away, and I think, from what I understand, is that a couple of his employees bought the company, and it's now called Percussion Customs. Okay, so currently this is March 2017, and Ludwig has reissued their Tequila Sunrise, and I'm pretty sure that Percussion Customs is making it. There seems to be some controversy right now in that Percussion Customs are not answering their email. They might be doing some economic restructuring right now, so I don't know who's doing the shells or if they're even producing Tequila Sunrise at this moment. Okay, so earlier I mentioned China, okay? Hello. So China. Ludwig is an American company, but of course, like any other company, companies are in business to make money. And from what I understand from reliable sources is that Ludwig currently gets its standard hues, yellow, green, amber, whatever, you know, their standard colors from China, and the drums are assembled here in the United States, in Monroe, North Carolina. So, that's what I know. I know it's controversial for some of you guys, and that's cool with me, but I'm just telling you what I know. Okay. That can be debunked, but I doubt it. Okay, so anyway. Let's get on to the maintenance. Now, so what I'm doing is basically these shells, I'm just going to polish them, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a 5-inch orbital buffer with a soft applicator. Okay, now it's not clean. I've used this on a couple other jobs, and it's got some buffing compound, some Novus number 2 and number 3 in it still, and that's okay with me because I'm going to use this as a partial medium to polish these shells. And it's just, I'm not trying to polish out any nicks, dings, dents, or whatever. This is just a cleaning and it's maintenance, okay? So, what I've got here, this stuff right here is RCI polish, okay? And this is formulated for acrylic drums. It's a cleaner, it's a polish, and it's anti-static, right? Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to use ammonia-based or alcohol-based cleaners ever because it causes crazing. So, what's crazing? Well, I've made a video of it, and it's kind of a nasty spidering, if you will, that occurs when you apply ammonia-based or alcohol-based cleaners to your acrylic, and it kind of spiders up under the first layer, the outer layer of your shell. And from what I understand with acrylic is that it's kind of like, on the outer, it's kind of like a skin. And when you start sanding away or polishing away, or trying to get under, you know, sand out nicks, you're kind of like ripping away the skin and exposing the muscle up underneath the acrylic, okay? So that's the best I can explain it to you. So what we're just doing here is cleaning, and that's it. So, on to business. I'm going to take some of this cleaner, polish, anti-static, spray it in the bonnet, spray it over the top, and away we go. I'm going to hold the shell up here under my knee just to take the pressure off of don't crush the shell or bend the shell out of its shape. because it's in its free state right now, and we don't want to put any unnecessary force on it. Okay, so this is basically it. You go around it, you know, get a pattern, get a rhythm. Don't run this buffer over the badge. Okay, so that's it. Now what you can do is then take, once you're done buffing everything or cleaning everything, whatever you want to call it, get yourself a nice soft cotton cloth, and then once again go ahead and just kind of spray some light. Now, I'm not trying to plug this RCI cleaner polish anti-static stuff, but this is formulated for acrylic drums. So these are acrylic drums. I'm not going to try to use any other kind of cleaners because I don't know what's in them that might cause harm to the acrylic, okay? It's part of the territory of owning acrylic drums, okay? So, enough about cleaning the outer shell. Now, with the bearing edges. With these bearing edges, with the newer bearing edges, or on the newer reissue things, and even with the original vintage Vistalites, the bearing edges aren't the greatest. And you can polish these bearing edges to a real high, like a glass mirror finish, if you will. But I advise you to use more aggressive means, and that is get yourself some Novus or buffing compound, automotive buffing compound, and go around your bearing edges, okay? So with that, you know, and it's pretty easy. You'll just put the compound into the bonnet. It's the same principle, okay? And then go around your bearing edges, like so. Okay? And typically, you know, of course with a larger drum it's going to take a little bit longer. And you just want to polish these things until, you know, you get your desired result out of it. Alright? So, as I said, this is a Monroe, North Carolina Ludwig Zeppelin reissue kit. The shells are made by Golden Times, 10 by 14, 16 by 16, 16 by 18, 14 by 26. I realize that some things that I stated earlier in this video might be somewhat controversial, and that's okay with me. I'm just conveying information to you that I've gathered through my exploits and talking with people and trying to discover what's going on. Now, the only really, you know, concern that I have, and from what I understand from shells that are made in China, is that the hues aren't guaranteed to match Ludwig's, okay? So if you have like a vintage kit, vintage 1970s, early 80s, until Ludwig stopped making Vistalite shells or Vistalite drum sets, so the current hues that come from China aren't guaranteed to match your hues from your vintage drums, okay? So with that, everybody be cool. Like I said, I'm not going to apologize for being controversial. The truth is the truth, okay? So everybody be cool and, you know, take care of your drum sets, okay? Peace, bye.